All right. So hello everyone. It's nice to be here in Rio. My name is Faran. I'm the CEO of PeerSyst Technology. PeerSyst is a company based in Spain that it's been a long-term partner, I will say now, for Ripple and the XRP Ledger for about 3-4 years now. And during all this time, we had the chance to build a couple of amazing products and contributions together. And one of the most significant ones that I'm going to share with you today is the EVM Sidechain, which is probably why Ripple and XRP Ledger is now here in an ETH event, right? So the EVM Sidechain, as you've seen now from Jazzy, there is it's a very important innovation for us because it's a way to get XRP Ledger connected, fully connected as part of the interoperability approach to not only the EVM, but to almost every single chain and the app available right now on the ecosystem, bringing all the best part of the XRPL that maybe has been a hidden gem, I will say, for most of the EVM community. I've been, before working with XRPL, we've been building with tons of EVM chains. I didn't know anything about XRP Ledger. I didn't know anything about Ripple. I thought this was like a banking thing that, it was not open to the public. And then when we started contributing, we've seen that there is plenty of advantages and a lot of opportunities there that now hopefully gets connected to the entire industry. So let's start with a very, very small intro on the XRP Ledger, because the first question I got asked always when we talk about the EVM sidechain from the EVM perspective, it's people saying, all right, there is 700 plus EVM out there. What's the difference with this EVM? It's just another EVM. It has something special. And that's true. I mean, there is plenty of EVMs, and most of them are on the status quo of the market. All the code is open source. So basically, if you launch a new EVM, obviously you are going to pick the latest Ethereum improvement proposals. You are going to pick the latest consensus algorithm, and basically you are going to have the same tech as everyone. And this is what we did. But what else do we have? So the main differentiation factor for the EVM sidechain is that it's a sidechain for XRP Ledger. So basically we bring all the best advantages of XRP Ledger, a chain that has been running for more than 10 years now with a huge market cap, to this EVM part. And that's our differentiation point. So basically we have this robust governance, 10 plus more years running chain, governance, token, infra, etc. It's basically securing and empowering the EVM sidechain through XRP. And this is something that very, very few chains can say, not even Ethereum, which obviously XRPL, you will know that it has been launched in 2012, so it's even older than Ethereum, and this is what will empower the Unis EVM. Quite an active community, unless launching a new chain from scratch, which building an ecosystem is very, very difficult. We are launching already with 4.6, before I say I've seen 5 million active wallets on the XRP Ledger that processed more than 2.6 billion transactions. So obviously we will need to grow again the activity on the EVM sidechain, but it's not a launch from scratch, right? That's a lot of work done over these times. Same with payments. Ripple and XRP Ledger has been mastering payments. Over this year, there's been more than $30 billion in payments transactions with different banks, institutions, and a lot of tested already use cases. So thanks to the EVM sidechain now, we will be able to bring all these smart contract capabilities that XRPL didn't have before, but you will be able to connect that to all these other payment capabilities that XRP Ledger already had. So it's no longer that you need to choose one or other, so you can get the best of both worlds. And also, XRP Ledger, as someone may know, launched the first DEX ever in 2012, like almost 10 years before anyone was talking about DEX. And basically has this aggregated liquidity for these tokenized assets. So this is something that will be connected to the EVM sidechain as well. And basically all the tokens that you get there, you will be able to pass it through the DEX on the bridge, and you will be able to interact there. That's the advantages. Looks like most of the EVMs can say all these features, and this is our main differentiation point. From the other side, I guess it's a more easy question to answer. When the XRPL community say, why do we need an EVM? Then the answers, we are in Ethereum heaven, so basically everyone will know. There is the portability of the smart contracts. There is the huge interoperability that we have with all the EVMs, all the wallets, all the softwares, all the tools, everything, or like big part of the ecosystem is built on top of EVM software. Lower costs, basically if you want to redeploy things, you want to make some contracts, you want to make some custom logic, making a smart contract, it could be a one afternoon job. Rather than building a fork on chain, it could be a 1 year job, right? And also in terms of user base, even if we say that the XRP Ledger had about 5 million active wallets, the EVM wall will have more than 100 million, probably more than 200 or 300 million active wallets. So basically it's a way to keep expanding the already large community of the XRP Ledger. So if we put both walls together, on one side we have all these advantages of the XRP Ledger, on the other side we have the already known advantages of the EVM, and we launch from scratch, it creates a very unique opportunity that it's rarely seen in the blockchain space, where basically we launch a chain from scratch, which already will have some traction. And for the apps, now you can launch if you have the app on Polygon, on Avalanche, on whichever chain, you can redeploy it here. It's an EVM, so it will take very few efforts. And you are launching in the third largest blockchain in terms of market cap, having Bitcoin apart, that it's a little bit difficult to build on the Bitcoin chain. So it's EVM compatible, and you still can use XRP as a native currency, which is the main advantage, obviously, of the XRP usage. For developers, this is where the opportunity comes, and I think this is very inspiring for everyone. I mean, if you've seen, for example, the launch of Avalanche, when Avalanche was launched, people didn't even need to be really creative. You can literally copy things that work it, and you have a very high chance of succeed. So when Avalanche launched, some guys made Trader Joe, which is basically a copy of Uniswap, and they now have 160 million market cap. Or Benki Finance, it's a copy of Aave, with obviously some differences, and has more than 80 million market cap. So probably if you make a new copy of Uniswap and you launch on the EVM Sidechain, you have a very good chances to have a large, successful protocol, because there will be a need for this use case. Also, you can offer all these use cases to 100+ million users, which is the advantages of the EVM versus other technologies. And for the users also, and this is more probably for the XRPL community that has been using the XRPL products that are big but are not as big as the XRPL wall. Now they can use the 40K plus the apps that you can find on Polygon. You can interact with 700 plus EVM chains, and hopefully sooner than later, all these numbers of the apps, we will be able to find it on the XRP Ledger and not necessarily going to other chains. So that's a great opportunity, and I encourage you guys. We have the booth here. We have plenty of Ripple, PeerSyst team here. Ask us. We can let you know what things are being built, what things are not, and I encourage you guys to deploy your products there. What are the fundamentals of the chain? Very simple. The chain is Comet BFT. It's a Cosmos chain. We will see now that how this will benefit the interoperability. But basically, it's a Cosmos chain, Comet BFT, 16,000 transactions per second, 1 block finalization time, probably one of the best consensus algorithms that we have right now. On the execution layer, Cosmos SDK, already a very widely used and known technology. For the state implementation, we have this modular architecture, and we are embedding the EVM thanks to EVMOS, which will be the next speaker, that they are bringing together both walls, EVM and Cosmos. Actually, today we announced officially our partnership with EVMOS, and it's a technology very interesting to have a look on it as well. And for the consensus algorithm, we have a proof of authority that creates the validator election and all the democracy to making the votes. So you will say, oh, this is an EVM with proof of authority. Why is this? This is not that common. How this works, what's the governance, and why you choose this model. So first of all, I will say, and it's not in the slides, first of all, it's a matter of security. It's very difficult to launch a proof of stake protocol with an already large chain, because it needs to go through a bridge. And if you make a proof of stake, it's very easy that on the day one, someone can bridge a large amount of liquidity and they can take over on the chain. So it's almost impossible to do that. But apart from that, the idea is that this is a sidechain. This is not a new different protocol. And this will be in harmony with the XRPL all the time. All the direction that XRPL is following, the sidechain, the mainnet, and other products around it will follow. So XRPL has get this great success over 10 plus years, being a proof of authority network. It has a set of 35 validators in this unique node list. In this case, we are likely to have 32, but it could be someone around. This is a slot that it's open to everyone, so everyone can run a validator, can let it run and demonstrate its capabilities, contribute to the ecosystem, and eventually the validators can vote to include them on the list. This is how it works on the XRP Ledger, and this is how it works here. The only difference is that here we will have rewards. On the XRP Ledger, there is no monetary incentive to run a validator because the fees are burned. In this case, the fees are, at least for now, the fees are collected by the validators, and this will create some potential profits for validators that are in the authority list. It will have a wide acceptance. I don't know if it will be exactly 80%, but we will copy as well the rate of acceptance for passing new changes that XRPL has to keep this harmony. And it's open to contributions. Everyone can go, even without having a validator on the unique node list. They can go there, they can make a proposal to fork the chain, and the validators will vote. So this is same as XRP Ledger. XRP as native currency. That's the star feature, or the feature that makes everything making sense. XRP will be allowed to pay gas fees, smart contract deployments, etc. It will be low-cost, fast, efficient transactions. We are targeting to have a very similar cost than chains like Polygon, which are considered very fast, efficient, low cost, and still secure. And the great part of that is, unlike, for example, Polygon, XRP has around $1 billion volume in 24 hours. So it's a volume that is scalable. If you want to launch very large applications that will require large amounts of XRPs and the tokens without having a very, movements on the pricing, etc., XRP is prepared for that, and very, very few chains in the ecosystem can show this data. And the good part that also Jazzy has mentioned before is that this is part of the XRPL ecosystem. We see this as part of the XRPL as well. So you can be part of these incentives that XRPL has. We have these programs available. I think someone mentioned it before. XRP, Ripple committed 1 billion XRP over the next years in funding. This is, at today's price, $500 million that will be distributed to the community through grants, through accelerators, through hackathons. You can apply on this with your project on the EVM sidechain, and it has the potential to be funded and to be promoted by Ripple and the XRP Ledger ecosystem. The bridge we have, how we make all this happening. So basically we prepare the EVM sidechain and then we make a bridge, and this bridge will bring the XRP, native currency for mainnet, to the sidechain. This bridge is a native implementation. We know that security is very high risk, so we are not taking this risk in misconsideration. So basically there is a fork, or what is called an amendment on the XRP Ledger, to create a new transaction type specifically to make bridge, to make it as much secure as possible. This is called XLS30ID, and it's under voting now. And once this is approved, we will be ready to launch the EVM sidechain on mainnet. This is made of a set of witness servers. You will be able to find all the documentation that makes attestations on both sides. And then on the EVM, basically we copied this spec of the XLS30ID and we apply it in a smart contract. So basically we have this same fork, let's say, working in both sides. This allows us also to have a multi-token approach. So basically you can get any ERC20, bridge it to the XRP Ledger, use the DEX, use the liquidity, all the protocols there, and then you can bridge it back. In the same way, we have the tokens. In XRPL, it's called IOUs, and we have that. There is many more options on interoperability. Apart from this XLS30ID, we have this Axelar integration, which basically is connected to the XRPL and to the EVM sidechain, to the rest of the chains. So basically, it's two bridges with many connections. Also, being a Cosmos chain, we have IBC connection. So basically, again, we are connected to all the Cosmos ecosystem. And also, since we are EVM, any permissionless protocol, truthless bridge, etc., can be launched there. So basically, I think we've reached the maximum level of interoperability that can be reached today with that. And if not, we will try to integrate it. In terms of Block Explorer, we are using for now Block Scout. There is Etherscan, there is Block Scout, they are on the top list. Block Scout is very cool because these guys are offering also a new section called the App Scout, which is basically like the App Radar. It's basically a list of all the products. And we are trying to track here all the things that are going on there because we are still on DevNet, but sometimes I see tweets of people launching on the EVM sidechain that you didn't even hear about. So we encourage everyone that it's launching here. If someone here is going to launch, you go to the app section, you can submit, and we will promote your project so everyone will be able to see it. It has an API, and it's a very new explorer. You can visit an EVM sidechain.xrpl.org, and I do recommend you guys having a look on it. And we are almost ready for mainnet. As I mentioned, we are waiting for this XLS38D amendment, which is in vote. I think it's about 40% now, and we need 80% voting. So it's a matter of time. But apart from that, this is not something new that we are getting started today. The testnet we have right now, it's been live for almost a year now without any issue. As you can see, we've already processed more than 500 million transactions. We had more than 50,000 XRPL addresses. We have more than 40,000 smart contracts deployed. 400 of those are verified. We have hundreds of these being deployed every day. So this is not something really new. This is ready. This is audited by the best. I will talk it right now. And there's already many apps available in the App Scout. There is games, there is bridges, there is stores, there is DeFi protocols, lending, swaps, plenty of things that you can already test it. Also, in terms of validators, obviously we are always accepting new ones, but we already have a good set of validators. We passed more than 35 proposals already within the governance, so this is something that is already working quite good. And basically, we are waiting for this XLS over the next weeks, months to be approved to be able to launch on mainnet. And that's the best part. It's not only that we've been running in testnet that not everyone is paying attention, but also it's audited by Certic and it's audited by Bishop Fox. They are two big names, well-recognized companies in the audit space, and we audited everything. The bridge is audited, the backends, the frontends, the apps, the modules, everything is audited. There's no issue found. There was only one critical that obviously is remediated. And you will be able to find also in our socials, we've published all the reports if you want to have a look. So that's mostly it. I think it has a very interesting, good looking. And then how I can join the EVM sidechain, that's very easy. You have many options. As a user, which is most of you can be users here, very simple. You go to bridge.devnet.xrpl.org. And you will be automatically prompted to import the EVM sidechain on MetaMask. It's very simple. We have the faucet connected there, so it will generate some XRPs, and it will bridge these XRPs to the EVM sidechain. So you can start using it, deploying, whatever, for free in a couple of seconds. If you are a developer, you will probably know better than me, but basically you can already use any available tools, Solidity, Ganache, OpenZeppelin, Remix, all the tools that people is using to develop in Ethereum. It's just connecting to this chain and everything is working fine. And if you want to be a validator, then the process is you just go to this documentation, you will set up a validator in about a minute or 2 minutes, and then you will introduce yourself in our Discord channel, and people will be monitoring you. If after some time you are contributing and you have good stats, you will be included in this unique node list and potentially start earning rewards for securing the chain. That's mostly it. I encourage you to scan the Discord channel. This is where all the activity is happening. You can see all the governance, proposals, grants, funding, options, everything is available there. And if you want to find out more in a technical perspective, this is the documentation where you can see all the research and all the docs. So thanks, everyone. Hopefully you join, and if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer now. Thank you. Is there any question? Yeah. Go ahead, Jazzy.
Yeah. Is the bridge also decentralized? And if so, is there an opportunity for folks here to participate in the 30AD bridge?
Yes, so the bridge, it's basically a set of, it's a multi-sig. So basically, it can be up to 32 participants per witness server, per bridge, but it can be multiple bridges. So you can have your own set of people, let's say, to run different witness servers and create your own bridge, and you will be making stations on both sides. So now we still have slots on the main bridge, let's say, that will bridge the XRP. It can scale up to 32, so everyone can run this software. Also, the bridge operators we expect to have good financial profits because they are also taking a huge risk. So if you are a well-reputed, highly expert infra security provider and you want to run a witness server, you are now on time and you will probably make some profits. Otherwise, if you don't want to use the bridge that we are going to provide, you can go to the documentation and run your own witness servers and create your own bridge. So it's decentralized, yeah. Thanks, Jesse. Any other questions? Any other questions? No? All right. So thanks, everyone, and hope you enjoy the conference.